Let me hit you with a simple truth. Architecture is ideology. The way we build reflects the way we live, and the way we live reveals what we believe. So, if your home relies on a power grid controlled by monopolies, if it demands you feed it water from pipelines owned by profit-hungry utilities, if it traps you in cycles of rent, mortgages, and debt, then your home is a cage. It might look nice. It might have a white picket fence, but it's still a structure of dependence. Now, imagine the opposite. A home that doesn't ask for permission, that doesn't beg the market for heat or water or electricity. A home that breathes with the earth, that catches its own rain, that grows its own food, that powers itself with the sun. That's not a dream. That's an Earthship. Earthships are more than buildings. They are architecture made autonomous, a design that doesn't just minimize harm, it liberates the occupant. They use thermal mass, walls made from earth-packed tires, to regulate temperature without a furnace. They catch water from the sky, filter it, reuse it 4 times, once for drinking, once for washing, once for irrigation, and once again as nutrient-rich gray water that feeds indoor gardens. They grow food inside the structure, integrating greenhouse space into the very bones of the home. And they run entirely off-grid, powered by solar or wind. This isn't luxury, this is philosophy made habitable. And here's the Enlightenment logic. If liberty is a natural right, then access to life-sustaining infrastructure must also be a right. Because no one is free who depends on a market to eat, a landlord to shelter, or a corporation to stay warm. Freedom isn't a slogan, it's a system. And Earthships are a system that delivers liberty not as rhetoric, but as a material condition. This is what Enlightenment Socialism is about. It isn't about central planning or bureaucratic control. It's about designing systems that eliminate coercion by engineering enough. Scarcity is the mother of obedience. Abundance is the mother of sovereignty. Earthships prove that post-scarcity isn't science fiction. It starts with shelter. Because when your home feeds you, waters you, shelters you, and warms you without permission, you are no longer a subject of empire. You are a sovereign being. Now, let's go deeper. Earthships don't just reject the utility companies. They reject the logic of extraction. They are regenerative, closed-loop, self-contained. That is a direct challenge to the dominant paradigm of civilization itself. In capitalist design, every structure exists to extract. Profit is baked into the drywall. Scarcity is engineered to generate dependence. But Enlightenment Socialism asks a different question. What if we designed for liberation? What if the built environment guaranteed freedom? Not in theory, not on paper, but in structure. Earthships are the first architectural expression of that philosophy. They say, you don't need the grid. You don't need the landlord. You don't need the state. You need sunlight, rain, earth, and the courage to build differently. And make no mistake, this isn't about retreat. This isn't about survivalist fantasy. This is about infrastructure as resistance. Because when the power goes out, when the market collapses, when the state fails, you don't. You endure. You grow your food. You store your water. You live without chains. That is enlightenment in action. Not a theory, not a manifesto, a fucking building. And look, This doesn't mean every person needs to build a tiger house in the desert. What it means is that the Earthship principle, the architecture of autonomy, must become foundational to how we design the future, because the goal isn't to centralize control. It's to eliminate the need for control altogether. That's the death of the market. That's the withering of the state. That's the liberation we've been dreaming about since the first human realized no one was born to be ruled. We've spent centuries arguing about freedom. Earthships just build it. So let's stop talking about liberty like it's abstract. Let's build homes that breathe it. Let's build systems that guarantee it. Let's build a civilization that doesn't need rulers because no one is dependent enough to beg. That's the future.